Hello students, I am here with our next important crop. I think by this photograph you identified it. Yes, you are right. And this crop is included in our next agronomic class. Okay, so here is that crop, groundnut. See, this groundnut crop is known as peanut, earth nut, monkey nut, even it is known as manila nut also. Okay, so let us see botanical name of this crop. So botanical name of this crop is Arachis hypogea. Family of this crop is Leguminosae, and if we think about origin or native place of this crop is Brazil, America. See this Arachis hypogea has uh, its meaning. What it indicates? See this Arachis means it is a legume, and hypogea means it is growing below ground. That means that legume crop which grows below ground, that means which its fruits we got from ground, or fruits are developed in the ground or in soil. So that is the actual meaning of this Arachis hypogea. Okay, let's move to next part, economic importance of this crop. Why this crop is important for us? See, if we think about its quality parameters, this crop, groundnut, contains 45 to 48% oil and 26% proteins. So, besides this, this groundnut is rich source of vitamin E, vitamin B, phosphorus, calcium, and iron also. We can use this crop, especially oil extracted from this crop, is used for manufacturing of vegetable oil. This vegetable oil is called as vanaspati ghee, or in Marathi it is called as dalda. Okay, all its plant parts which are we can see on above ground, these all we can use as a fodder. Next part, after oil extraction, the remaining part is used as a oil cake, and this oil cake we can use for animal feeding as a concentrate, and even we can use these kind of oil cakes as valuable manure also. If we think about its uh, manure content, or if we are using these oil cakes for as a manure, so these oil cakes contain 7 to 8% nitrogen, 1.5% phosphorus, and 1.5% potassium. Next importance of this crop, shells. So after removal of kernels or seeds, grains from the pods, this remaining part, that is shell, is used as a fuel in especially in rural area. See, this groundnut is also called as a good rotational crop. So rotational crop means we can use this crop in cropping system, that is crop rotation. And if we are using this crop in rotation, it improves soil fertility. See how it is helpful for improvement of soil fertility. Being a legume crop, it fixes atmospheric nitrogen, and root present in the soil after decomposition, uh, and even this after decomposition of these roots, it provides stored this kind of nitrogen to the next crop which we are cultivating there. Ultimately it improves fertility of soil. by adding nitrogen in soil, and plus shedding of leaves of this crop, it adds organic matter to the soil. Okay, so it is helpful for improvement of all humus content of that soil also. So ultimately, if we cultivate groundnut as a rotational crop, it improves soil fertility by adding nitrogen and organic matter to the soil. See, this groundnut is also called as cover crop. Due to its smothering growth habit, it controls soil erosion, or it avoids direct impact of rainwater or raindrop on the soil surface. So ultimately, it controls soil erosion because of its growth habit. So that's why this crop is also called as cover crop. Next, groundnut vines are palatable to the animals. That's why we can use them as a fodder for the cattle. How we are consuming this crop? Mostly, this crop is consumed in various forms, like by drying pods, by roasting pods, by boiling pods with water and salt. And most important part, all grains we got from this are used for oil extraction. So it is a oil seed crop which provides edible oil to us. So we are consuming in various form, uh, plus in by getting oil from this crop also. Next, a few value added products also prepared from this groundnut crop. In that first, peanut milk is also prepared, butter is also prepared. Nowadays, you can see there are many advertisements are there on TVs related to peanut butter, and in market peanut butter is also available. And local value added product used in daily consumption, that is chutney. So chutney is also prepared from this groundnut. If we think about its industrial uses, mostly oil from this groundnut is used in preparation of various beauty products and in cold creams also. Okay, so this is all about economic importance. This groundnut is helpful for these all various things for us. Next part is geographical, what we can say, distribution of this crop. So here you can see, if we think about world, so India, China, Nigeria, United States of America, then Indonesia, Myanmar, these are major countries where this groundnut is cultivated. If we think about India, so Gujarat, Andhra Pradesh, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Karnataka, these are leading states where this groundnut crop is cultivated on more area, and we got more production from this crop. And here you can see in this table area, production, and productivity statistical data of India and Maharashtra. I have given here. So this is of old previous year data. So if we think about India, so in India, 5.34 million hectares of area is under cultivation of groundnut, and from this area we got 7.46 million tons of production. And if we think about productivity of this crop, so it gives 13, sorry, if we think about productivity, so productivity of India is 1398 kilograms from 1 hectare of area. Let's move to Maharashtra. Area under cultivation of groundnut in Maharashtra is 0.34 5 million hectares, and from this area we got 0.42 million tons of production. And productivity of Maharashtra is 1184 kilograms from 1 hectare area. Okay. See, botanical description. So already I showed actual plant sample to you and all these plant parts in previous lecture. Though I showed this all in previous lecture, we can revise it again here. See, this groundnut is an annual plant and it grows up to height 30 to 60 centimeters. See, this height varies according to variety of this crop. If we think about its root system, here is well developed root system to this groundnut crop. Leaves are pinnately compound leaves. Flower color is yellow, and this crop is self-pollinated crop. Here you can see seeds. Seed color again varies according to pale pink color to dark reddish color, and seed size is also varies according to color. So mostly these pale pink color seeds are small in size, but reddish dark seeds are quite larger compared to these seeds. These are larger in size. Here you can see pods of groundnut, and here is plant of groundnut bearing uh, pods. The most important part we already discussed in previous lecture while I showed you that particular plant sample. I again repeat here. After pollination of this crop, this basal part of ovary present in flower, this basal part of ovary, especially that meristematic region present at the basal part of ovary, which grows downward and becomes a stalk like structure. Here you can see that stalk like structure, or here you can see this stalk like structure. That means after pollination, this basal part of ovary present in a flower, that meristematic region grows downward like this and becomes like a stalk like structure, and this stalk like structure is called as gynophore. This gynophore bends downward to the soil and forces that ovary into the soil. And when this ovary inserted into the soil, then we can get these kind of pods. Okay. This gynophore, this structure gynophore, is also called as peg. So it is important critical growth stage of this groundnut crop, that is peg formation. Okay, keep in mind. Here you can see also in this photograph. Here is root system and here are the pegs on which these kind of pods are present in groundnut. So I think I already cleared that confusions. Most of the students are making confusion that groundnut pods are, as groundnut pods develop below the ground or in the soil, they may be developed to the roots. No. Okay, so these pods are developed to the particular structure, that is peg, and these pegs are inserted into soil. When these peg insert into the soil, that time only pods we can find to the crop. If pegs are not develop pegs are developed to the crop but these are above the soil, you can't find these kind of pod development here. Okay. So it is clear to everyone, pods are developed to the particular structure, that is peg. These pods are not developed to the roots. Okay, let's move to next part, climatic requirement for this crop. See, this groundnut crop requires uh, warm climatic situation. Mostly this groundnut is tropical crop, and if we think about most favorable climatic situations for better yield of this groundnut crop, so first climatic situation favorable for this crop or important for this crop, that is well distributed rainfall, at least 50 to 70 centimeter of well distributed rainfall is important for this groundnut crop. Next, this crop requires abundant sunshine throughout its lifespan. And next important thing, that is it requires relatively warm temperature. See, ideal temperature required for this growth of this groundnut is 21 to 26 degrees Celsius. That is ideal temperature. See, especially during ripening period. Ripening means at the time of pod filling stage. This crop requires at least warm and dry climatic situation at least for 1 month, for a month. Okay, if this kind of climatic situation is there at the time of ripening stage, it gives us better yield. Okay, so this is a climatic requirement for this groundnut crop. Next, here you can see soil requirement. See, mostly this crop requires, or best soils for this crop are well drained soils, light soils, loose soils, friable soils are suitable for, or best, these kind of soils are best for cultivation of this crop. Yes, we can cultivate this crop on variety of soil, but these soils gives us better yield. Why? Because groundnut grows, or pods grows into the soil, and if soils are well aerated, loose, or friable, this soil condition gives more number of pods, because of maximum number of pegs insert in such kind of soils easily. So sandy loam soils are best for the cultivation of this groundnut crop. Yes, we can cultivate this groundnut on clay or heavy soils also, but these kind of soils are not suitable. Why? Because at the time of harvesting, these soils create a difficulty for harvesting of this crop. When we pull that plant, majority or maximum pods may remain there in field as such, in soil as such. And most important thing, these clay or heavy soils create difficulty for insertion of pegs into the soil. If we don't have sandy loam type of soil, and if we have clay soil or heavy soils there, and we want to cultivate this groundnut crop, then we can choose broad bed furrow, that technique given by ICRISAT. So it may be helpful for this kind of soil structures also, soils also. Okay, so this is all about soil requirement of this groundnut crop. Next part is cropping system. See, we can cultivate this crop mostly. Kharif groundnut is mixed with majority crops like bajra, maize, sorghum, and cotton. uh, if we think about intercropping, this groundnut is also cultivated with soybean, then sesame, green gram, black gram, tur as intercrop. So most of the time 6:2 proportion is used majority time, or groundnut plus sorghum 1:1, or groundnut plus cotton 1:1. This proportion is also helpful for this groundnut crop. Even groundnut plus soybean 4:1. This kind of intercropping is also given economic yield to the farmers also. See, if we think about rotation, so groundnut wheat, groundnut gram, that is chickpea, and groundnut pea, that is field pea, we can cultivate. These are the examples of rotations followed in all over India, or common rotations followed in India. Okay, let's move to next part, field preparation. So, if we think about field preparation, same like other crop, this crop also requires one plowing followed by 2 to 3 harrowings. But uh, as this crop grows into the soil, or pods are developed into the soil, we should prepare our land properly by giving deep ploughing also, and by making our soil as much as possible loose and friable tilth we should make by harrowing operation also. Okay, thank you. Remaining part you can see in next lecture. Thank you.